Cause I got the shine. See me flexing in my solar plexus. No more with no direction. Start to get knowledge yourself. So that means self-expression. All these demons, yo, they so aggressive. Many people, they possess them. Channeling make me rethink my message. You see the light, I'm the one who protects it. You hear these songs, it's gibberish just like the infected. Words void and cold, got everything.
Peace, 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 family. How's everybody doing? I hope that you all are doing well. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. Now, this is my second set of horoscopes I did, and I know you guys are like, whoa, Keisha went in. Not really. I just thought that these transits coming up are such vital pieces to our life. Even though these aren't really long transits, I still feel like the effects of these things are going to play out over time in ways that are going to be very important further down the line. And so I said, let me sit down and do these horoscopes to figure stuff out because it's important. I think it's really, really, really important. So as usual, family, if you could like, share, and subscribe if you find this information helpful. Any support for the channel is greatly appreciated. On December 30th, Venus and Mercury will conjunct Pluto. So we know that Venus has been doing a lot. Venus is currently in Capricorn and will be until March. And Mercury just entered Capricorn, which is another reason why I was like, oh yeah, I gotta dig in on this one. Which is communicating with Venus already, despite this conjunction. They're all on the same page now, trying to figure things out, right? And then Pluto, which has been in Capricorn since 2008, and we already know the destruction of what Pluto's doing. Just minding everybody's business. You know? And so, this is pretty big, you know, because whatever Pluto touches, it wants to break it down to its smallest form to rebuild it back up. And so in relation to all the themes and topics that I've been covering around love, money, beauty, pleasure, the conversations for those things are going to come now. I mean, people are going to be very passionate about them, right? Because we got transformative Pluto here. And people are going to actually do some serious changing now, whether that be by force or through will of power to change is going to make the difference on how hard these things hit, you know. So it depends on where you are spiritually and where you're ready to grow. If you're not ready to grow, these things, despite how I say them and what they are and how small or big they are, can really be very hurtful, painful things. You know, we'll have this energy for a few weeks. Not like, well, actually, no, because the Jupiter and Pisces horoscopes I just did, those are for the next 5 months. So we'll have these energies for a few times, just not like, you know, most of the transits I do are a lot longer is all. So we're going to deconstruct old thought patterns that are keeping us from our true inner power, because Venus is involved. It will relate to love, money, and self-worth, and we'll be transforming our darker self to the Phoenix rising, you know. Doing some journaling and deep introspection will help, you know, throughout this time. This can bring significant changes to friendships and past love. You can be very impatient with superficial conversations and verbal power struggles. Be careful for people trying to manipulate you, fearmonger you, you know, make you paranoid through communication, news, right? The news and outlets and things of that nature. You got to stay strong on that. I haven't really touched on this from the mundane perspective, which is typically what I do. But I'll do that in the astrology, I'm sure. I'm actually very sure that I covered this on a deeper level in the astrology for 2022. But yeah. So I'm all over the place with these. For whatever reason, I have absolutely no clue how I got here. But again, like I mentioned in my last video, family, if you want to timestamp these so that you don't have to listen all the way through to your sign, I don't really know how to do that. If there's somebody out there who does, if you could, or if people could just timestamp their own sign to make it a little easier. But either way, here goes nothing. So I started with Pisces this time around. So Pisces, you may be thinking more rationally and analytically and analytical. Sorry. You can make friends with very deep people. Your words can be empowering to others. You can have new perspective that regards humanity. You might be drawn to subjects around humanity and justice. And you may even take some legal action depending on what field you're in around justice for humanity at this time. Aries, you're thinking maybe very nonsense at this time. No nonsense at this time. You can be putting some new systems in place around your work area of life, especially if you're a boss. You can be changing the structure of your business. Or if you work, you may have to adjust to new changes at work. You can come off as very dominant, or like you're above others. So just, be mindful of how you speak to people at this time. Being critical or judgmental to others and yourself, just be mindful of those things. Those are just some of the lower vibrations of how this could be playing out for you. Taurus, you may be thinking about inspirational topics, how to inspire others and help others when it comes to big picture things. How to make change for the better, searching for the truth that will empower you, and learning different philosophies at this time. Gemini, you could be thinking, your thinking can go very deep at this time. You may have no patience for small talk, superficiality, or just be in a no-nonsense place. You might be in deep psychological analysis of yourself and your friends. You'll be letting people go, be like pulling the veil off of people's agendas, or people's agendas will be revealed to you. There can be a lot of passion in your communication about topics that you love. Your words can have power, so use them for good, kindness, and love, because there can be a tendency to manipulate for power, provoke jealousy, or be obsessive. So be mindful of that. You can unveil some deep, dark secrets of the world, like the esoteric knowledge that can be revealed to you in some way, shape, or form, and you're sharing that with others. People may tell you their secrets At this time, you can be drawn to death, rebirth, transformation, and taboo topics. Your thoughts can be obsessive, and you can say something that transforms others. Cancer. You may want to communicate your ideas and thoughts to others in order to stop feeling stuck. Pluto may intensify your communication with your partner, business partner, or any other relationship. You can also uplift others at this time. You can be diplomatic and bring balance to conversations. You're being and thinking objectively at this time. You may be drawn to topics around fairness, justice, and equality. You can transform your relationships through discussions, sharing, and information. Leo. You can have high levels of success in your everyday routine. You can be very articulate and precise in your communication. You're going to master something in the mundane, everyday, day-to-day realm. You know, this could be something honestly as simple as your daily routine, especially when it comes to your work area of life, or a health routine or a health regimen, something around pets. Being practical and analytical. You know, those practical skills are going to be enhanced. You may be impatient with others that can't keep up with you conversational wise, but a detached listening approach can help with this. Just really meaning to sit back and try to listen before you respond. That could be a little hard, but I think that you can get it. You can have a skillfulness with your hands, craftsmanship or vocation, where you're like really able to bless people, you know, like you have a gift, right? Be mindful of bringing a perfectionist energy. It produces worry that will prevent you from being that blessing to others, especially when it comes to your hands, craftsmanship, or through your vocation. Scheduling and planning can be crazy. So if you have to schedule or plan anything before the 30th over the next few weeks, if you could do it now, if not, then just, you know, be patient with yourself and everybody else. But overall, helping and assisting others that are struggling right now, making their lives better in some way, shape, or form is what you're offering. Libra, you can pick up on the feelings or needs of other people. You can be defensive around your emotions, so making sure you're doing the inner work. There could be family news that can come to you out of nowhere. But it's not going to be bad because Venus is here. And anywhere Venus is, she's kind of got a softer touch, a softer way of making things that can ultimately be a shit show a little bit better. So you may be reflecting on your family bonds and researching your legacy, history, or bloodline. You might be thinking a lot about security, land, property, or real estate. Doing deep soul searching around these themes, or transforming family bonds or letting them go. You know, this could be a let go. You can be having philosophical discussions with family to help heal old wounds. I really pray for that secretly out loud. I am a Libra rising. That, quite frankly, you know, I got some family shit that I wish would honestly just magically disappear so that I didn't have to deal with it at all. But I know that ain't gonna happen. But wishful thinking, right? Scorpio, you might be playful, flirty, mentally witty, but be mindful of taking things too far with that Pluto energy. People might not accept it in the way that you had intended it. You can use your creativity for writing an article, short story, or an outline of a new plot for a new story, or a new business plan or business idea. That would be very successful, by the way, at this time. You might absorb a lot of information or ideas that are great but can be overwhelming and cause you to be restless. So be mindful of that. Stay grounded. Your curiosity is going to be high. You can get some transformative information that comes to you out of nowhere. Friendships that can change your world's view or just your world in general. Be mindful for friendships that are jealous or manipulative. And be mindful for the overthinking, you know. Sagittarius. You might use your voice to speak words or sing to uplift people. You may use self-love quotes to uplift yourself. You could be transforming how you love yourself through words, writing, art, beauty, fashion, the environment, nature, food, self-sufficient living, or driving. It's also a good time to plan for those things as well. If any of those topics that I mentioned are things that you have some kind of interest in or want to build further on or invest in some way, shape, or form, now's the time to start building a savings plan around those things. Or if you already have them and perhaps you were struggling with them, like maybe having to do down payments or something, or maybe just not even being able to find them, you know, those things will become readily available for you now. Ideas around finance and making your money or making money will grow at this time. So family, as usual, I hope you found this information helpful. If you are looking for your own personal horoscopes written by me every Saturday in relation to your personal astrology chart, you can send me an email at info@awayoflife.net to subscribe to my Patreon for $5 a month, and you'll receive your horoscopes every week. If you're interested, let me know. I hope you found this information